All right. Enough of this. All right, welcome to another Right Zones with your hosts JT Beatrice and Zach Besson.
How's it going, guys?
We got a couple of very special guests today in studio. We got Curtiss King and Noa James from Black Cloud Music.
Yeah.
Well, hello there.
What's up? And we're here to talk a little bit, maybe show some songs, but mostly talk about, because it's a big day that's coming up for these two guys. What's up in the agenda?
Is there a show or something going on?
April 7th, man.
Oh yeah. Oh, paid dues. That's
Paid
right.
dues,
That's right.
Yeah.
Bro, Curtis is performing. I'm hosting.
Dues paid stage. He's hosting.
It's my second time on Paid Dues. I performed last year.
I'm a virgin. This is my first time.
Man,
at
it's
the
always
dues
good
paid,
the first time,
paid
man.
dues stage.
It'll be nice and tight.
Exactly.
What's up? And so we want to talk a little bit about paid dues and what does that mean? Because Curtiss King is a paid dues version, as we just heard about it. But what does that even entail? What is paid dues? There's a lot of people from Brazil listening. So,
Right. I mean, honestly, I think it has a different meaning for everybody. Because if you look at even like Noah and then the homie Ab Soul have tattoos of paid dues. It means something to people. It means something to artists. Like for me in particular, I felt like I was talking to Noah before they made the announcement. I didn't know anything because they didn't tell me anything until like a week before they announced it. And I was telling them, I was like, man, like sometimes I feel like I've been doing this music forever. I feel like I've had like 3 careers. I'm not, I'm 27, but I've been doing it since 02, 03, producing and rapping and whatnot. So for me, it felt like to be on a stage this big off of my hard work, it's a campaign, because I campaigned for 97 days, talked to 99 people, and on video and edited all of that. To do all of that and finally get on there feels justified. It feels like he was worth it. I feel like all of that time, like, here, you did that.
It was worth it. Being on that stage is like everything else don't matter. Like, I done over 700 shows performing and probably over 2,000 throwing. You know what I mean? A couple, probably more than that. It doesn't matter no more. That one show could sum everything up, because it's, like you say, it's hip-hop as one religion that day.
Absolutely.
Everybody's in love with music that day. Like, everybody is one, no matter what. Like, you go out, people that you usually don't see is walking down and just buying stuff from booth and eating a corn dog, and you can just conversate with them for hours.
Right.
Because they're done performing, and they would stay right there and just talk to you, man. I talked to Ninth Wonder at least for 30 minutes about Lil B.
Yeah.
that's a lot of Lil B talking to do.
But it was beautiful, man. Like, it's something that sometimes it feel unreal. You know what I mean?
And I saw the change with Noah. Like I saw it firsthand with Noah, because I seen how much work he put in. But just seeing, like, I felt like he became a different man after that situation, because I felt like that show just does something to you, to where you seeing that much response for your music. We honestly, when we making music, it's such a personal experience, because it's us just writing. We're sitting there in front of a notepad. There's not a 400, 500 people sitting in front of us. We're writing this, and we hope that somebody is gonna want to listen, and to know that we have a show like something like Paid Dues. It just, I seen Noah, man. I seen how it changed.
I learned how to smile, man.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, you learn how to smile. I think every picture from then till now, I think I'm smiling in every one.
A majority of them.
I think I'm consistent, like at least 97%, just smiling in every picture. It's just, you happy because you accomplished something that was, sometimes it felt like it was impossible. Cause you see Wu-Tang and Bun B and these cats are legends. Like, they're gonna go down in history. To even grace that stage without having what we have, that's just about everything. We don't have PR, manager, budget. This is us. This is DIY. Everything's out the pocket. Whatever we make from the little merch we have is just, man.
From the music videos to the album art to the graphic arts on the website to the promotion, was all us.
It's all us. And it's just to see that hard work pays off. You know what I mean? Grandpa was right.
That's awesome. Well, but there's also a lot to do with the fact that the guy that's putting it all on is Murs, right?
Yeah.
And Murs has been doing it for like, he's the one that started kind of that aesthetic of do yourself,
Yeah, Tech 9, ICP. Man, what's that one dude you looked up? The DIY cat?
Oh man, what's his name? His name is escaping me right now.
He did like,
oh man, I have to look it up, but the dude basically back in the 80s and 70s was like the pioneer of DIY. He made over, you know, he had dozens and dozens of music videos that he did his own in VHS form back then. There was no, you know, Final Cut or Vegas. He was doing all of this from his home. He did cassette tapes, and he mailed them all to all the people who wanted to listen. Oh, I wish I knew his name, but just that mentality, having that mentality, and that's who I like. I read about from my last project, because I feel like, you know, people have been doing this for years, and sometimes you're going to see in your path, I don't care if it's music, I don't care if it's whatever you're trying to go after, that it's going to come a point in time where it's only going to just be you, and you got to make the decision of
do it yourself.
You got to do it yourself, and you got to make the decision like, you know what, if I don't get up out this bed and do what I got to do, it's probably not going to get done. I mean, we took that and ran with it as far as we could. We just happened to, you know, be dope to do at this music, and you know, and doors have started opening up. But, you know, that and being humble, like I learned that from my brother. Like, none of this would be possible with not being humble, not being a people
righteous,
person.
Man, you got to be mad righteous. Yeah, I'm 406'2", but I smile. I'm a good person. Mean if I have to, but it's like you. People is people, man. Humans is humans. I don't care what you do. I chill, whatever. That's how I am. That's how, like, I don't embrace hate at all. Like, I don't care. I don't even look at, like, bad comments. I don't embrace none of that. You know what I mean? To me, it's bad energy all around.
I got the quickest Twitter blocking hands in the world, in the West. Like, I think I'm in the Guinness World Record. If I see some negativity, don't need it. I mean, there's a very big difference between constructive criticism and between just some hateful.
Why you taking
remarks.
off your shirt, fatty? Because I'm sexy. That's why.
I mean, that's not constructive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just you just trying to be the funny man, and that's cool. That, you know, do that in your own time. But honestly, what we're doing is we see it on a grander scheme now, and we know that this music is not just for a few people to listen to. People gonna hear this. It's gonna affect their days. It's gonna affect, you know, the people who have no voice. So we have to do it right. And we're independent. Like we have to do it like that.
Become a soundtrack. I remember listening to Wu-Tang when I needed energy or chop suey before a football game. Like, you got to become their soundtrack. So your music got to be as honest as possible. You know what I mean? Now you got to keep it 1800. Like the tequila.
Yeah,
you got to.
That's the way to go. Yeah,
you know what I mean. You got to keep it 1800. So,
I mean, you guys are talking. You know, you got to really, you know, be true to yourself. You know, if you want to make it in the business, want to make it true to the aesthetic, true to the music.
Right.
But there's a very interesting thing about, you know, because how, you know, in hip hop, you know, it's like we know all these performers, you know, by their performance names, you know.
Right.
So, you know, I was talking to Curtis earlier this week about, you know, how the identity of the performer starts, and when does the other, you know, when do you go to sleep as Curtiss King? Do you go to sleep as Noa James? Like, you know, or like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I do, because it's the same person. Jaime Wilson and Noa James is the same. My first name is Jaime. I grew up in an orphanage, and the Catholic lady owned it. Like, so me and my brother got Latin name. Like, it's spelled the same way. So it was like, it's the same person. It's the same. You needed a stage name to approach it the right way.
But dare I say this?
Yeah.
When you wake up in the morning and you say, "Hey, Mom, what's for breakfast?" and she goes into work and she's, you know, whoever her name is, let's just say Carol Burnett, you know what I mean? That there's power in the titles, but the titles don't define a human being. You know, he's Noa James, I'm Curtiss King, my name is Dewan, you know, but at the end of the day, they all are extensions of me. This is something that Curtiss King was something from my head. So it's still me, you know. And when I get up there and perform, I know when we get up there and perform, like, I hear artists say like they black out and this is what they do, and I can relate to that. But at the same time, it's just us. Like, I see Noah. I see Noah when Noah roll his eyes back like Raiden from Mortal Kombat, and just he'll say some things, and I'm just like, do you know what you just said? Or,
no.
You know, but I think it's such a dope experience that when we get to perform, that, you know, we do get a chance. Everybody wants that. That's why, like, you see so many movies about people who go undercover and become this new person, you know. It's not to say that we're new people, but we get to show another side of us that we can't show in every day.
How everybody sees me through my music, from Yokozuna, Breezel Allen, I'm the same way, man.
Yeah.
I'm 100%. I never change. That's too much work to be two people. That's too much work.
All of them, all of them identities.
Yeah, it's too much work. You're gonna get confused.
So the same person that you hear in the songs, and that's why even tones are so important. I think artists overlook those. They get these crazy sounding tones, and you're like, and you talk to them, they're like, hello, this is my name is Little John. No, it's just like,
exactly.
You got to stay consistent with everything, make it make sense to the people.
Yeah. Well, we're reaching the 20-minute mark here, so I'm sure a lot of fans are down to listen to some of the stuff.
What you got, man?
What you guys have? What do you guys feel like playing?
What you want to play, man?
You can play.
I'm gonna play Breezel Allen.
You can play Breezel Allen?
Hey, I'm gonna play this track called Breezel Allen. It's actually named after my grandfather, who passed away in '96. Listen to it, featuring a beautiful singer named Miss James, and produced by Mr. Lightbright himself, Curtiss King.
Yeah.
All right. Where is it? Is it on? Oh, right here.
Oh man, I thought you had it.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, I'll push it up 1 second here. So before I pull it up, I was talking a little bit about identity, and I didn't, you said that you go to sleep in the morning and wake up, you're still Noa James, still Curtiss King, and all that.
Right.
But there's a lot of very interesting personas in hip hop,
Right.
and I feel like that has, I'm sure Lil B wakes up in the morning and goes to bed at night being Lil B, whoever Lil B is,
Right.
But I think because everything's been so accepting, of Lil B and Kendrick, I was just talking to you about how Lil B and Kendrick Lamar, like, they can't exist in the same universe and have the same kind of respect,
Right.
Do you guys have some comment on that kind of stuff? Like, why do you think that is?
I was talking to you a couple minutes ago. I was saying I feel like right now, as crazy as it might sound, I think people look at like a Little B and think that for some reason like he's stupid or he doesn't understand what he's saying or that he's not
smart.
intelligent of it. The thing is, I think that this generation finally captured artistically is the balance between not just being so one-sided. I'm just hip hop. I'm just R&B. I'm just techno. We are now embodiments of all of it, because now look at our generation. Our generation is an iPod generation, where the same playlist that has Talib Kweli may have Waka Flocka Flame, you know, and it's okay, because we all love music at the end of the day, and I think that it's actually an evolution in music. It's an evolution in hip hop, and now everybody understands like you don't have to be just one thing.
Music is love now. People understand music is love. All music is love, no matter what it is. Music, people is broke, people is dying, people is it's bad out here.
Right.
It went back to music. It's like the 70s again. It's like music is love, because everything is coming out. You know what I mean? You got from Cudi to like Lil B to like The Weeknd, Drake, all these artists. Wu-Tang still relevant now. You know what I mean? Odd Future, it's everything.
Got Dipset back.
And I'm weird, man. So it's like Juicy J out here doing music with the young cats. You know what I mean? So it's like music is love. That's how I look at it. I don't want to cuss on there, but we say, no, I fuck with you if your heart's in it, and that's real. As long as your heart is really in it and you passionate and you work hard to be where you at, man, it's like cool, man.
At the end of the day, people tap into music for their own reasons, but I think that people really tap into music to help them. LMFAO, you may not like the particular music, but they may be the soundtrack to somebody graduating. They may be the soundtrack to Celebration. It may be, Waka Flocka may be somebody who just got fired and laid off from their job, and that may be the song that stopped them from going back and going to get their boss. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it all applies in something. So I think that when people stop, because you get certain artists that their whole music is them complaining about music. Like, what sense does that make? What sense does that make for you to get on there and spend your 3 minutes complaining about? I mean, it's still part of the human experience, but in a broader scheme, when you stop thinking about just your circle of folks, you start understanding that there are bigger topics.
Like, don't you want to give them some stories, man? Don't you want to don't go up there and just be all preachy?
You're just mad. I mean, if you're gonna be mad, do it in a constructive way. Make a song to where I feel like, you know what? I feel where you coming from. I'm just as angry about.
I hear so many rappers complain about sounding like other rappers.
It's like you spent your 3 minutes. You probably spent money for a studio session. You spent money for a beat. You spent money for promotion. You did that to complain about other rappers.
Yeah, exactly.
I love the rappers that I'm with.
I don't love you that much.
Yeah, I don't love you that much. It's just not gonna happen. That just don't make no sense.
Yeah. Well, on that note, Brezaline. Is that how I pronounce it? Brezaline. All right, cool. By Noa James. Off of what's the mixtape?
Intelligent, Elegant Elephant EP. It's one of my favorites.
All right, awesome. Here it is.
Featuring Miss James.
I don't grind just to say it, I grind to succeed. Yes, I grind to breathe. I grind for my grandfather for introducing me to Bobby Blue and Nat King. So I'm blowing smoke to the sky. I'm on cloud 9 just being alive. Yeah, I can't complain. I'm in a diamond lane, dreaming on a freeway. My angels in a ride with me, guiding me. Devils on the side of me, willing to give me everything I want. In return, he want the life of me. I reply with a deny. He haven't realized since 2005 I found my inner peace, meaning I met her. At the same time, I found me. Now we can fall out of the sky and still land on our feet and return to the sky whenever we please. Man, this feeling's unreal.
Raise your hands and feel me. Our paths are laid before our feet. Even when trouble comes to trip ya, don't waste your time pointing fingers. Life won't wait for you to get your focus. Go ahead, adjust the trigger to your thinking. Square up into game and let the bullets go.
I guess loving parents wasn't meant for me. Just something that wasn't meant to be. I'm still healing from my past heartbreaks and injuries, all caused by the woman that birthed me. I think she wasn't strong enough to raise me. If she did, I wouldn't be here. I'd be pushing up daisies. The lack of my mother love made me. Yeah, it saved me. She's the reason I would never be content. Just being a contender until my end. I dive in, climb in until I climb into where giants live in. I'm on a mission of victory. I already completed a mission of misery. My present for the future is my history. Feeling like Leroy when show enough, lift him up the water for the third time. A golden glow only appears when your fear is left behind.
Oh, I see you shining. Long, yeah. I'm so glad you conquered the weakness. With a strong fist. Raise your hands and feel me. Our paths are laid before our feet. Even when trouble comes to trip ya, don't waste your time pointing fingers. Life won't wait for you to get your focus. No. Go ahead, adjust the trigger to your thinking. Square up, take aim, and let the bullets go.
That's how I'm like, hey, you need to calm down.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh man.
And that was Brezaline by Noa James.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a tight beat. Super. No, I like that. You know.
Hey, man, Kurt, man.
That's your beat.
Kurt.
I be in my zone sometimes.
Hey.
Yeah. So yeah,
That's beautiful to me, man.
everything doing in house. You know, and we're talking about doing stuff in house. You know, with your homies. So
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys would like to say something about Black Cloud.
Black Cloud Music, man. The label, man. CEO Jinx, man. Fame Kills Art Bars. Curtiss King is like, it's our family. Is what we doing right now, man. How we going. It's hard to describe because it's not just about music. These are my brothers. You know what I mean? I see our kids growing up with each other and even taking this over. You know what I mean? So it's like the music. It just first homies doing music, doing what we love.
Right.
Then there's a label that homies gonna make sure the business is taken care of. It's like it's my fam, man.
How did Black Cloud come up? Like, when did it start existing? Like,
What did Jinx? Jinx always be telling Jinx the CEO. He tells us a story, and I'm gonna just paraphrase it. He you know, and thinking about the name, he said, hey fool. He said, I was on this roof.
Yeah, fool.
And he said, oh, you gonna be Jinx? Okay. He was like, hey fool. He's like, I'm on this roof. And he does, air conditioning and whatnot. And he was like, I looked out in the clouds.
Oh yeah.
You see the clouds? He said, and it was clouds. It was like black clouds. And he said, what do you think about when black clouds come around?
What do you do, fool?
You say when black clouds come around, you run away. So it's just really a takeover of things, So it's like, when he first had it, that's what he imagined that Black Cloud would be. And then I know Noah was one of the first artists to come on. Jinx approached me too when I just moved to the IE, because I'm originally from Carson, but I moved out to the IE like 3 years ago, and he embraced me in there, and Art Bars became a part, and then Fame Kills, who actually goes to Chapman University.
Shout out Fame Kills.
Yeah.
In class right now.
So I mean, it's like I said, it's a family. I think that's why the chemistry it works, because it's not just a bunch of artists just pushed together to make music. Like I know where sometimes I know where he's gonna go before he knows where he's gonna go. He knows where I'm about to go with a song before I even know, because he's like he'll listen to the chorus and kind of just tailor it towards me, or get songs that tailor towards me, or even push me out of my my safety zones.
It's like everything I tell people is like. It's like sometimes it's Ricky Bobby, man. We shake and bake over here, man. Because it's not we learn, like if I know, all right, Kurt need to go first right now, because he gonna take it further than what I'm gonna take it. Then I become the all right, Kurt, get up there. Then if I all right, I need a block, I become the lineman. Like I tell people, I'm the lineman of the squad, because I'm gonna try to make sure it's good when you get there, and you just.
Right.
And do what you need to do, and that's how, man.
That's why it works, because even though I'm too scrawny to be a lineman, I try. My brother, I do it.
And it's funny, man. Then he go over, he switch out, become tight end, throw an outpost, catch it TD. It's like
I don't know this football language, but I agree.
But it's funny, but it's like, man, it's like this how we try to run it, man. Like as much as a family, to where if I know. For this show, I ain't gonna get that much out of it, but I know Art or Fame Kills will. So I'm a pitch Art and Fame, and these are my brothers. I don't really have to co-sign me just pitching them. We're on the same level, same label, and it's like
one of those.
Yeah, one of them. It sound like I was rapping, but it's just barter with it, and we move the pieces, man, to the best outcome. That's Black Cloud Music. I think so.
BlackCloudMusic.com, yeah.
So do you think Black Cloud started off as more like, it was already happening, and then the Black Cloud thing just kind of tied what was meant to be kind of together?
Jinx dropped an album called SOP with another dude named E-Dub, and that's Black Cloud Music already. I learned about Black Cloud Music because they was already like if you didn't know about Jinx and SOP and the Inland Empire, you're not really doing nothing right now. If you didn't know about Dirty Birdie and Milk Chamberlain, I'm naming a lot of. At that time, people didn't even know I rap. They thought I just host shows and throw them. You know what I mean? And I'm going out to their shows like, yeah, man, I want to, see SOP, and that's Black Cloud was already building. When he started putting more pieces, it started like just same pace. It was still building. It just started spreading out a little more, because you pick up Kurt from Carson out here, and he produced. He picked me up. Like I'm representing from Dino, originally born in Queens. Then he got Art Bars, then Fame Kills. Then it was a lot, man. It was already building like in the whole Inland Empire. You know what I mean? So it's like man. I came in. It's crazy where we at right now. That's like where we came from and where we at.
Right.
So talking about the Inland Empire, there's it's been something that has been the Inland Empire rap culture is a scene that has been growing exponentially, right? In the past 5 years, 10 years, what do you say? It's always been there, but
that's the historian right here. He knows.
What do you think, Jinx? 15? Oh my God. Got 15. About 15.
About 15 years.
You got to talk about from cats like Dr. Stink and Sly Boogie and then you got Cartoon that was signed with Rough Riders. Then who else? 40 Glock. There's a lot. The whole culture, Homeless Nation. Like I'm naming a lot of people that they was the main people like they was doing. That's who we was targeting that as young kids. Like Homeless Nation at Valley College. We need to go over there and battle them. Not knowing we were about to get destroyed like always, but we was that ambitious to. That's how long now the culture became like. The OGs are still there, and they show us mad love. We help out the OGs help us up. So it became a little more unity, because it wasn't first on unity. Now it's enough unity to create a light. Then you got Hit Boy.
Yeah, right.
People forget that right there was that was right there. Crazy. He got the hit of the last 5 years.
Yeah, right.
Before that, it was what is it? The song with Eminem and Lil Wayne, the Take the World.
Oh yeah,
Drop the World. That's Hit Boy as well, right? Yeah,
that's Hit Boy too. So and just me, just from a perspective of I spent the majority of my life in the Carson, LA area, more so out even the OC area, because I went to Orange Coast College. Where I got my marketing certificate and everything. So I'm familiar with all of the areas around. So it's like when I was out there, the shows that I was doing, very rarely do you get a show where people are so excited about the music that they're screaming and putting their hands at the top. Even people, especially in certain parts of LA, because it's like, and I'm hard on LA because, like I said, I'm originally from out there, but I see shows where people are just too cool. People are just, I've seen it already. You're in the same city where Tupac was once doing shows. You're in the same city as Snoop. Like, I think people they're just jaded. But the thing that I saw when I went out to the IE is that because it's a music culture first, and I always say that LA is more so a fashion culture first, and then it's music. They got a big love for the music, movie culture as well, And I think that when I went to the IE, I saw a music culture first, and one that celebrated the independent brands and not just the bigger name brands or whatnot. So going out there, seeing the music, when I performed at Common Ground, and I saw people like, mosh pitting during a hip hop show before this, years before our future. You know what I mean? And they're mosh pitting in a hip hop show, and it's the same bill as an R&B artist and a punk rock man. Yep. I need to be a part of this. I told him, I said, Noah, I know you don't really know me like that, but I need to be a part of this. And he said, just, genuinely build with us. If you want to do that, genuinely build to us. Contribute something to the movement. Don't just come and try to take away from what's going on. So
yeah,
and that's the common ground right there. Just common ground. I book from, like you said, punk bands, rock bands, rappers, singers, DJs, battle rap, beat battles, whatever you name it. Fashion shows. Yeah, like live, like what we say, with art meet music, like with local clothing brands and a producer. And the models walk out to this producer's beat. Why, you know what I mean? So it's like
interpretive dance to the beats. Like, where do you see that? And especially like nowadays with hip hop, where everybody is, too cool and got their shades in the back of the club and just, don't want to do nothing. This you go through all the trouble of getting your hair cut and buying your clothes, and then you go to the club and sit there. Life is way too short for all of that. Like I'm gonna enjoy my time.
Mosh pit, man. Mosh pit.
Do something we call getting Busey. After our good friend Gary Busey,
of course,
because shout out Gary Busey.
Gary Busey, the most random, most wildest, most craziest man you ever see. But I respect that. I respect it, and I try to, model my own creativity. I know we all model our own creativity, like how Gary Busey is just. I'm just live life.
Busey music, man. You do whatever you want, man.
If I want,
he's independent.
If I want to make a song about single mothers, and in the next song, I say something. I say how I love mothers in PCC, and I want your mother. We can do that because we Busey. We can do that,
right?
Gary Busey will make a comment about something very wise, and the next time it'll just be like,
ratchet.
Where did that come from?
Yeah,
ratchetness.
Yeah.
Well, talk about PCC. You want to give us a little bit of forward before we go into PCC?
PCC. It's a song called PCC that I produced. I dedicated it to the Cougars, to the Cubs, and the Pumas. Yes. What are those? A cougar is 35 and up. If you don't know, they're beautiful. They have wrinkles, but these wrinkles are
back it up.
They back it up, and the wrinkles are just the roadway to their heart. Anyways, the Pumas are 28 to 35, and the Cubs are 28 and lower. So I just made a song for the cougar because I feel like everybody's making these songs. I love your girl. I just want to do something that if I'm gonna do a song like that, I'm gonna do a song that I actually would back up in normal conversation. I love cougars. I do.
All right. on that note, PCC by Curtiss King, produced by Curtiss King as well.
Mixed by Jinx.
Produced by Noa James.
You ain't produced that.
And it's still same Cougars and Pumas. I got Pumas, Cubs, and Cougars. You know how I maneuver. If you follow me on Twitter, then this shit should not be new to ya, bitch. I don't mean you, I mean them hoes with no computer. So don't trip, just come close. Let me unbutton your clothes like a cheat code. Watch me get in beast mode till I need her groove back. Well, baby, I'm legal. I can be your Winston. You can be my Demi Moore. You can be my science teacher. We can study intercourse. And of course, I sign my name up on your board. Just let your pants drop, and I can give your hand cock. Ha, get it? I'll break you down and keep you wet. Lay you out with a decent sweat. Make you smile and hold your breast and hit it till it's nothing left. I got Pumas, Cubs, and Cougars, what you know, what you know. I got Pumas, Cubs, and Cougars, what you know, what you know. I got Pumas, Cubs, and Cougars, don't even play me stupid. I got Pumas, Cubs, and Cougars, but I prefer my Cougars. They don't be in no clubs getting drunk and acting stupid. They drink wine and stay at home, and I'm just fine with watching a movie for a lifetime on Lifetime until you put your eyes down, gone. Pussy, pussy. When you sleep, I'm gonna whisper this in hopes that my subliminal will wake you into giving it. Show you right. I guess that means a nigga about to stay here overnight. She smoked green and got a crush of that all. I smoke green on occasion, that day is now. Sade in the background, see ass and I wanna take that down. Like Sacktown to Oakland and downtown to your roses. I got Pumas, Cubs, and Cougars, what you know, what you know. I got Pumas, Cubs, and Cougars, what you know, what you know. I got Pumas, Cubs, and Cougars, don't even play me stupid. I got Demi Moore, you should let me. Halle Berry, you should let me. Sandra Bullock, you should let me. All the Cougars in the world, can you? All the Pumas in the world, you should. All you Cubs need to learn how to break it down.
And that was PCC by Curtiss King. Yeah. And I was, if you've been tuning in now, so this is what you know about Curtiss King. He hustles hard.
Right.
Like Sandra Bullock.
I do like Sandra Bullock.
So that's a good thing. That's always a good thing.
That might have been one of the first hip-hop references to Sandra Bullock ever. And
ever, absolutely.
And she's welcome to follow me on Twitter if she wants to. That's okay.
We appreciate it. Yeah. Follow all of us.
Follow all of us. The whole Black Cloud team.
Yeah. There's no reason why not to be ambitious. Got to talk about Cougars. Got to talk.
I love the net. Why not?
Why not? And I like how it's a song about Pumas and Cougars, but you don't leave the Cubs out, which it's always a good thing.
You know what? I feel like the Cubs get all the attention anyways. And if you know Cubs, you know that when you ignore them, they give you the most attention. Hi Cubs.
Yeah, hi Cubs.
This is all about your mom and your auntie. Yeah. Love them with all my heart.
All right.
They cook.
Yeah.
They cook. Yeah, they can cook.
Shout out my mom right now.
Crazy. Simmer.
All right. Yeah. So we're talking about you're talking about the Inland Empire and how you guys are pushing that forward. Do you think when you guys go to to pay dues, do you think you guys are going to be pushing the Inland Empire as well? Do you think that's like Inland Empire getting space, or do you think that's
I remember the first thing that you said when you got on stage, Noah, was what up, 909. First thing he said, first two words he said, because honestly, I know I wouldn't be on this bill without the first, the general support of people everywhere, but the Inland Empire is really what raised me up and gave me an opportunity to be heard even out here, because it brought attention to everything else, everywhere else that used to ignore me. When I was back out here, I wasn't really getting that kind of attention because everybody's doing it, so dog eat dog, and a lot of people are not open to listening to you. So I think that the Inland Empire is it's a good situation. I'm glad that even artists and even, you know, more so the people who listen to music are embracing it. Because Noah was on there last year. MC Prototype from Pomona was on there the year before. You know, I'm on there now. Me and Noah are on there now this year. So there's no telling what it could be for the future. You know, let's say 5-10 years is an IE stage. You know, I mean, like these are things that are possibilities. You know, but it's you know, you gotta. I've been in a position where somebody is further in the race. You push them as hard as you can because they are opening doors for everybody else behind them.
I didn't know how big it was to the IE to like the IE weekly cover.
Man, you on the IE weekly cover?
Like, man, that was like Sam Bernardino hero. I like, man, I'm a villain. But it was like, you know, like a hero. But I understand it. Like, man, I like. Some dude hit me up because he ditched work, and he was like, "Hey man, can you tell my boss where I was at? Can you ditch work to come to pay dues?" Yeah. And you know what I mean? It's real, like he like, "You tell my boss." And I hit this boss up like, "Yeah man," like, and like it was that dope. Like it was like being at home, and he got everybody that listens to your music at like a couple thousand people. Man, it's still like, man. I look at the footage like, dang, that was a lot of people. Glad I didn't think about it.
Man, and the thing I love about where it went with Noah, like, I think that we learn, like, when you get on a platform like that, you have a bigger responsibility. Yeah. And, you know, what you do with that 3 or 4 minutes that your song is powerful. You know, I think people overlook that. And I think that now, you know, the music I'm writing now for the new album, Attention-Phobia, you know, we can talk about Noah too. Noah got Dionysus Lifestyle coming out, but the new album, the music I'm writing now, like, is really with that responsibility. And I wonder if it's the same mindset that Noah had for his last project, Intelligent Elegant Elephant, because, you know, that music is celebratory, but at the same time, it's like, you know what? I know I have this bigger responsibility, and I got to use that. You know,
before I know I was on Pay Dues last year, right? The album was called Hockey Mask Haitian. It was about to be one of the most darkest, grimy, dubstep, whoop whoop, hardcore. I can't explain how nasty it was about to be. But then I got on Pay Dues and was like, oh man, I'm calling this.
The Haiti devastation too.
And then I like, man, it was like, okay, I'm happy because this just happened. I'm on Pay Dues. Mm-hmm. Right. Beats changed, titles changed. The color, everything, you know, got yellows and reds and
Brandon
colors.
Right. Yeah.
And it was like, man, all right.
Yeah, you got that's something too I want to say, and I'm trying to say it in every interview I go to. Like, I really, I think it's a beautiful generation that we in terms of music right now, because it's so wide open and because you have so many different hybrids of things going on. And I think people shouldn't forget the responsibility that it is, and don't forget about the people that have no voice. You know, like I saw a YouTube video, girl 29 years old just heard for the first time, and I start to think to myself, like how is she gonna feel when she first experiences music? What is she gonna listen to? Yeah, you know, what about people who are bedridden? You know, what do they listen to? Do they really care how much guap you got? Do they really care about, you know? I'm not down in anybody's art. You do what you do, but when you know that you know better, the more you know, the more you owe. That's what my grandmother always told me. You know, so I think now that's been the key to a lot of our success, is that we really tapped into the reasons why people love the stuff that we do. Why do people go to, when people have a headache, where do they go? Yeah. Where do they go? They go to the pharmacy. They go get the aspirin. When music is your medicine, where do you go?
Yeah. Hopefully it's us.
Hopefully it's us.
The common grounds,
Black Cloud music.
You know what I mean? Like, you listen. Like I remember I told people, I ain't afraid to tell if I broke down, man. I have a song to where I dig down in that heart part, like where it's the most disturbing. Man. I haven't cried out loud since '96, since my grandfather passed. Like 2 months ago, I was writing a song, and this emotion just ran out of me, and I'm bawling because I didn't mourn when my grandfather passed. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it just, like, I'm thinking about it right now because it was just like it hit me like, man, like Incredible Hulk just hit me in my balls, just crazy.
Don't forget that you are a human being before your
Yeah,
title,
man.
before whatever title. You want to be rapper, you want to be producer, you want to be CEO, you want to be whatever you think that you are a human being before all of that. Do not forget that.
But it's an interesting time for hip hop too, because you know, I was just saying as well, it's like as a genre, it's become so accepting, and so, you know, as you guys saying, it's all about opening doors, you know, and letting, you know, paying up to the next one that's going to come after me and the ones that came before me. And it's become a thing that's a lot about, it's generational, but it's also, you know, it's very eager to pass on the baton, you know, to pass on.
It's the natural evolution too. This is the first generation that ever had access to a Little B and Rakim.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I mean? Like 10 years ago, there was access to, you know, not even 10 years or 20 years ago, there was access to like Pac, Big, and then Rakim, or whoever came before them. Now you have access to a generation of Rakim, a generation of NWA, a generation of Dilated Peoples, a generation of everything. Talib Kweli down to Waka Flocka, and this all applies to the human, to the human story.
Yeah,
you know. So
I mean, it's crazy that we live in a generation where it's not the fact that it's not uncommon that there are people like Waka and Talib, but it's also not uncommon for people like Waka and Talib to be on the same track.
Same song.
Yeah, it's necessary, man.
Nobody gonna question
I
that.
think both sides, even from the ignorance to the intelligent music, is necessary.
Yeah,
it's very necessary, man.
Cause we talked about this one time. What is conscious? How do you define conscious? You know, if you're conscious of something, that means you know what you're talking about, right?
They know that ratchet song. They know what they're talking about.
If you listen to I dare you, listen to a Waka Flocka acapella and see how many aggressive ad libs he has in the back. He knows how hyped up that song is. He knows who he's doing it for. You know, so I argue that person is just as conscious as your favorite conscious rapper, you know, because he knows what he's doing, he knows who it's for, and he knows what impact it has. So he just decided to utilize it.
Like there's artists that rap about bull, and they say that's the he rap about politics, but it's bull sometimes. They don't even know what they're talking about. Then you got the one that's on their ratchet stuff. It's the same thing. To me, it's the same thing. To me, I don't look at mainstream and underground, because I know underground artists sound like mainstream artists. They just don't got the mainstream beat.
I know underground artists that are more Hollywood than mainstream artists who don't have a dollar to their name, but you can't shake their hands without them giving you the Prince.
They want $1,500.
Yeah,
for a show.
Really, and especially on the underground. I remember Murs said that, and I'm gonna censor myself on it, but he said you can't be like that with people. People kind of shake your hand and you're like, nah, I'm good. Like your fans will mess you up. They'll beat you down, and then they'll be on Wall Star tomorrow.
Yeah,
you got beat up by your fans.
Got beat up by your fans. It'll be on every blog. That's another way to get on the blog if you want to, you know. But you can't try to stunt on people, especially the people that support you.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ways for artists to get out there. You know, like you even Pay Dues in itself. The headliners are Kendrick Lamar, which was performed there last year. You know, as Black Hippie.
With Black Hippie now, like he's headlining it, you know what I mean? You got like the Bill, like Trek Life, Overdose, Tron, AMR. These are some cats that I know personally, and it's like man, yeah, they're on there and they've been grinding. Like the people I think that deserve to be on the bill is actually getting on there.
Yeah.
It just they showing that hard work. Like you can work very, very hard, but make sure you're getting noticed. Like go out there and reach out. You know what I mean? Go reach out to your local media and newspapers and stuff. Like you got to go do that, because no one don't know who you are. You out here in these streets, but you need to direct it somewhere to actually let it spread and really get out there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because even like that what was it? The street ball player name. Was it Goat Earl Monroe?
Earl Manigault.
He one of the now you watched the autobiography of him, like one of the dopest street ball players that you probably never heard of, but I mean got wrapped up in drugs, got wrapped up in all kind of stuff. But the thing is, it's not just about your talent. You know, there's 1,000,001 folks out here who can do something, but you know what they choose to do with it, where they choose to take it is what separates everything.
Yep.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. And it's like, I think it reflects on also, you know, the Pay Dues lineup, you know, and like and how, you know, because you tell me that the reason why Curtis is on Pay Dues this year, you know, is because you were there last year, you know, and you kind of paved the way for Curtis in a way.
I think it was different, man, because you got to show. There was people that campaigned too, that got on because it was just hard work and they had the work to show it, like album shows. Like what do you like what is it like if someone asks you what you done with your career, like what can you say right now?
What dues have you paid?
Like really, what can, and that's what it is. I can't push fame right now because we have to get fame. Fame got to go more deep into it.
Got to make sense.
Yeah, you got to make sense. You know what I mean? Even both of them, because you got to have your buzz. You got to have everything. You can't just be an unknown of unknowns and get on paid dues. What's the point of them booking you if you haven't even really got known in your city? But you have 10 albums out, but you can't even get 20 people to a show.
That bedroom culture where you can drop mixtapes every day, but
exactly.
no, you know,
that and that's
kind
of
YouTube views.
And that's kind of sometimes a drawback of the DIY culture too, is that it with all the positivity that it is and the independence of it, you do get a lot of people putting out stuff that they probably shouldn't. They probably need to take a little bit more time to do, or they think that because they put something out now that means that they're owed something. And nobody owes you nothing. Nobody owed, like Murs didn't owe me paid dues. I could have did 197 days of campaigning. That doesn't mean I'm going to be on. Noah could have vouched for me on every one of those days, and that doesn't mean I'm going to be on. At some point, I have to make it make sense, because wherever you're going for, they're putting their validity on the line. Paid dues puts their validity on the line, putting an artist like me, who's, you know, in terms of up and coming artists, is not always the one mentioned up there. I'm still an unknown to a lot of people, so they put their validity on the line. Am I going to bring a live show? No, I tell you, we Murs called him and saw and to see if, and I think it was a test, but he called Noah to see if we can get to Bakersfield in less than 4 hours to do it, to open up his tour over at Fish Lips in Bakersfield, and we got there 10 minutes early. And performed and went back, and it was like a 6-hour drive because of traffic.
Then the car ran out of gas, and
we had to push the car. I mean,
that's hustle.
This happens.
That's hustle.
It's real.
Yeah. So you still know that Curtiss King hustles and still like Sandra Bullock.
Man, still love Sandra Bullock and all the cougars of the world. Hello.
Well, we're gonna end. You know, we're about to reach our final hour, but we got something special for our fans.
Hey, we're about to do a song called "Common Ground." That's coming off my next album called Dionysus Lifestyle. Don't have a date yet, but it's coming soon. And it's featuring Curtiss King and produced by Phantom Threat.
All right, this is live music. This is Rightzones. Curtiss King and Noa James in the studio.
Yeah.
And this is a Common Ground.
Common Ground.
Mic check. Yeah.
Is it good?
Good.
Welcome, Chapman. I am Noa James.
I am Curtiss King.
Song's called Common Ground, man. And
Dionysus Lifestyle.
Love life, man.
Black Cloud Music.
Hey. Where we from, we say favor for a favor. Handshakes embrace conversation filled with flavor. Trying to get my circle squared off with some paper so I can help my neighbor. We all want to win, so it's a common ground in my community. You're not busy enough to see the unity. Shut the fuck up and listen. I was told then you would see. I agree. So when I say listen, wanna take you far where there's no limit. Let you know this is not you wrote. God give it mixed with cannabis twisting that can breathe the sky to a midget. I don't need to be your main. I can be Scott Pippen. Need it? I complete the mission. Robert Horry in the fourth, turning seconds into minutes. Taking shots, drunk off success. I hope you're on the same mission. I fuck with you if your heart's in it. Where we from, we say favor for a favor. Handshakes, embrace, conversation for a flavor. Hey. I fuck with you if your heart's in it. Passion. I fuck with you if your heart's in it. Passion. I fuck with you if your heart's in it. Passion.
They say, Mr. Curtiss King, how you describe your demeanor? So many wanna meet you cause other rappers be divas. And you so indica in the presence of ogre, eager beaver sativas who got fans but fan them all. See, I always say my thank yous and I mean it with all my soul. Even when these boys is hating on the low. But I don't worry myself with things I can't control. So I smile and take a pose and annihilate my foes in these thrift shop clothes. Oh, you mad cause I'm styling on ya? And I'm far from gone. And you hardly own like an unpaid phone, man. I stay getting requested. I think I'm Art LeBeau.
Noah, one of my best friends, we like Martin and Cole. Being humble ain't a gimmick, see it's written in our soul. Being humble ain't played out, just ask the people at our show.
What?
So you be a know-it-all like a Harvard knows, while we got that grassroots movement, watch the garden grow.
I fuck with you.
Your heart's in it. Where we from, we say favor for favor. Handshakes, embrace, conversation filled with flavor.
Passion.
I fuck with you if your
Heart's in it, listen. I fuck with you if your heart's in it.
Passion.
I fuck with you if your heart's in it. Summer.
Black Cloud Music. Art Bars in the Sky coming up.
Hey.
BlackCloudMusic.com, CurtissKing.com, NoaJames.com. Pay dues. 8
April
days.
7th.
April 7th.
This Saturday, I'm performing at the House of Blues. Pay dues, pre-party. I will have contests throughout the day, every hour on the hour.
Bring your Cougars. Bring the Cougars.
Yes.
Everywhere.
Everybody in this room, if you want to go, I got y'all tickets.
All right, awesome. Yeah. All right, thank you so much for coming out, guys. You know, this was a great hour
Thank you for the
sure.
opportunity.
Absolutely, anytime. Chapman Radio is a friend of Black Cloud Music.
Bow City.
All right, that's it. Awesome. Thanks so much for coming, guys. And this was Chapman Radio. This is Curtiss King. This is Noa James. Another Right Zones. See you guys in a couple of Thursdays because next week's Spring Break.
Yeah.
You.